Welcome to the Daily Review. This is Razak, Senior Trading Strategist here at CMTrading, and today is April 1st, 2025, and today is Tuesday morning. So looking at the highlights of the day, watching gold continue to make all-time record highs in this very interesting environment where we have still inflation and these tariff wars still happening, so a lot of uncertainty in the markets. Now looking at the major economic events of today, at 4 p.m. South African time from the United States, we have ISM manufacturing PMI numbers coming out and a JOLTS job opening number coming out. Now looking at the market, starting out with the Forex symbols, the Canadian dollar gets a bounce at its supportish level. And as we shift over to the indices, the Dow Jones gets a rebound. However, the NASDAQ doesn't, and that's a red flag. We're going to take a look at that. And looking at oil, breaking above its range, above $70 a barrel. Looking at the stocks, really mixed across the board. Watching the tech sector continue to be very weak. That reflects in the NASDAQ being unchanged yesterday. And lastly, looking at cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin remaining steady at that 80K level. So let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So we go first with the Euro USD. I just want to highlight this. We got a bounce, okay, after a nice retracement. The question is whether or not this is a dead cat bounce or we're going to find ourselves trading within the range. Now, what you're going to be looking for is to see what the US markets are doing, because remember, the Euro USD trades with the Dow Jones, and if one goes up, the other one goes down. So that's an important element to keep in mind and keep this on the radar as this still unfolds later today. Now, looking at some of the other major currencies, we're looking at the Canadian dollar. Got a bounce at that supportish level, 142.84 up to 143. That's decent. That's a pretty decent trade, and just an easy trade because it's just trading the range. Now looking at gold, look at that, 3,134. Yesterday we were a lot below that, okay, as we were trading above 31.18. okay, we did push to 31.47. That's almost 30 points within the day, and then we were tracing a little bit, but you're going to see this. It's going to give us new trends, new pushes higher, new rallies, and then we're going to retrace a little bit. That's part of the game, okay? So just be aware of it. Now, you got to watch the levels and see like that market action to see if that volume and the activity all pushes up really quickly, and that's, when to catch it. Best thing is to catch it when it's retracing, and then catch it when it's, coming to shore and then jumping in. That's probably the best thing you could do. But if the second best thing is that if you want to action play it, that's also an opportunity to do that because it's giving it to you. It's making new all-time record highs. Now looking at crude oil, we did break out higher to 71.84. Once we broke that 70.35-ish level, it went from there. That's just the nature of it, okay? So oil being very strong here. Next real resistance-ish area, I would say right here, okay? And then the next level is 72.75, so keep that in mind as well. Now looking at the U.S. markets, the Dow Jones got a big bounce yesterday. If we look at a 4-hour chart, you could see that. It got a decent bounce. Whereas if we compare it to the NASDAQ, NASDAQ did not, okay? This is not considered a big bounce, okay? I would have expected it above 20K, okay, or close to 20K, maybe 19,800-ish level, but it didn't do that. And I'm a little bit concerned that the tech stocks are going to weigh lower down as we're going to continue selling off. Now, which tech stocks am I talking about? The big ones. The Amazons, okay, even though it's green on the day, it's below its supportish level. You'll see that in Microsoft also, okay? It's below, okay? It's below its supportish level. It's green on the day, but it's below its supportish level. That's a red flag for me. If we look at Tesla, it's below its supportish level, okay? So still, it's got to show some follow through today to kind of convince me, hey, we're actually maybe turning around, at least in the short term, okay, when it comes to these type of stocks. Now, lastly, I want to look at NVIDIA because that really has been on the play, but also it hasn't pushed higher. 106 is pretty low, and remember, we hit a low of $98 this past year on NVIDIA, even after it split 20 or 30 times, I don't remember anymore, but it split so many times. Now looking at Bitcoin, we're steady here at 83K. It's the 81 to 83K range that we're trading in right now. But again, if we pop above this area, cross over the 8-day moving average, we could see itself back in that 85, maybe even 87K level. So keep that in mind as this still unfolds. This is Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.